course, for every lock, there's a master key. And the beautiful thing about your question is this. In order for us to come up with a solution, we have to know really what is the problem. When you see the gun violence and the murder, that's the last stage of a problem. The first thing before you get to that, you have to deal with the issues of the individual and the community. Now, I talk to a lot of these young men because I'm the CEO of a company, Crisis Management. I deal with the crisis every day. And majority of these young men would tell you, if you ask the question, they don't want to be in jail. They want to come out of jail. The thing about it, and coming out of the street, we have to provide the jobs because that's what they want to work. We have to provide housing. There's a housing crisis in Washington, D.C. amongst young people. And this is why the young people are sleeping in cars, because there's a housing crisis. There's no doubt about it. There's a mental health issue. Anytime you can take the life of another human being with no remorse, then you know that that person is psychologically and mentally dead. There's a drug addiction issue. So there's a cocktail. There's not just one solution. There's a cocktail of issues that has to be addressed expeditiously in order for this to stop.
So how does it make you feel that when we talk to the mayor, we talk to the council, and they say we're funding this and that, we're putting all kinds of money into programs for people to address the cause, and yet we still see that yesterday homicide was up 38% of this. We're standing right here now.
Honestly speaking, Mayor Bowser is doing a magnificent job, and I'm going to tell you why. Washington, D.C. has more resources than all 50 states combined. I know that to be a fact, because those people in other states is calling me, and they could trade their residents to come here, they would. This is the key. The people is not going to the buildings. The resources has to come out of those buildings to the people. I work directly with her director, Lamont Curry, for returning citizens. What I normally do is, because I'm in the street every day, I go get those people to go get those resources. And ain't no doubt about it, those resources is coming out of Morgan. I work directly with and teach us the high intensity for CSOSA, that they don't have to send those guys back to jail, that I can help them reacclimate themselves to a society that they had a problem with dealing with in the first place. The key for all of us is those resources in terms of solution, we have to come out of the building, because they're not coming to the buildings. So if they in the street and then you in the building, that's a disconnect. That means that they have to come out with the resources and get in the community.
And your thoughts on the fact that we are hearing from other activists in Virginia, this is the same area where they found concrete players on with this carjacking?
That's not surprising. I crisscross Washington, D.C. every day, man. And that's not surprising. So happened it happened to a congressman, so it gets more attention because it happened to a congressperson. But we live with this every day.
Well, what does that tell you about the neighborhood here? Because I tell you on Fox 5, we're covering crime all the time and showing what people are going through all throughout the city. It's not just the congressman and project center. We're covering it. We've been covering this for a while. What does it say to you that this was, we're on the same block again?
Yes.
That this happened here, a fatality?
Yes, well, it's not a coincidence, but what I'm not going to do is confine crime to a specific demographic or community, right? I'm going to say this from this perspective. We have to do a better job, all of us. We living in a society where none of us is exempt, and we cannot just sit back and keep talking about the problem. So whatever you can do, all hands has to be on deck, because just talking is just not going to get it.
Thank you. And I'm not looking to point out anything in traffic. It's more so questions getting the support.
No, well, I'm going to put it like this, man. I'm going to say no. The reason I'm going to say no is this. The people in Washington, D.C., we Washingtonians. And it's not like we don't want to work. And one of the things that I'm going to say to the developers that's coming in Washington, D.C., You come in here building buildings, but until you invest in the human beings or Washingtonians, then the buildings that you're building, I guarantee you, will be torn down yesterday, as it was and possibly will be today. So the thing, all of us has to be involved. All of us have a stake in making Washington, D.C. a decent and safe place to live. All of us have a stake.
Mr. Muhammad, you know the times for the record, first and last name,
My name is Darrell Muhammad, D-Y-R-E-L-L, M-U-H-A-M-M-A-D. My organization is Crisis Management Unit.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am.
So I give you this.
You have a card, ma'am?
Oh, let me call you though, so you'll have my cell phone.
Okay.
It's an 856 number.